If you are fired from your job, do you still have to pay child support? Hi, I'm Alicia Kinchlow, a family law attorney based out of the Philadelphia area and the owner of Kinchlow Law. So, in COVID times, we see that a lot of people have lost their jobs. In this video, that's not what we're talking about today. We're talking about people who are fired for cause, so terminated for a particular reason. And the way that the support guidelines have generally looked at those type of situations is that it's considered a voluntary reduction of income. And generally, when you have a voluntary reduction of income, you may not be allowed to have a reduction in your obligation for support. If you do things to reduce the amount of money that you have available to support your children, the court can do something called imputing an earning capacity, which basically states that you still have the ability to earn that much money. And because you still have the ability to earn that much money, they will use that earning capacity as your income for purposes of calculating the support. Now, as always, you guys hear me say this all the time in these videos, you want to make sure that you speak to an attorney licensed in your area about the facts specific to your case. And this is definitely a situation where there's a lot of different nuances. Like, for example, if someone was terminated technically for cause, but because of poor job performance, which basically means they just could not rise to the level of doing the job well. And that happens. If you're able to show this and prove this, then the court may not actually put in an earning capacity in the same situation where someone who was fired for cause may receive an earning capacity of that job. And that's because if you don't have the ability to do it, how can you go out there and find other work? How can you continue to do work at that level, at that salary, if you technically or just generally don't have the capacity to do that type of work? So in those type of situations, you will not generally see the court impute an earning capacity at that same level. Now, let's take a different situation where maybe someone is fired for cause for coming in late, all the time, or calling out. That's a different situation. And again, what the courts are looking at is, and we know, unfortunately, this to be true, people do things to reduce the amount of support that they have to pay. And sometimes their bad behavior, even if it isn't intentional to cause them to pay less support, their bad behavior does have an effect on the support that they're able to provide for their children. So in those situations, you really, really, really want to be careful if you're terminated for cause, because even though you're not earning the money that you were earning at that job, the court can still treat you like you're earning the money. And I think because of this, I'm going to do another video on how earning capacity can be determined, because there's a number of factors that can go into an imputed earning capacity. But this is just one of the things I wanted to talk about today, because we see a lot of people losing their jobs. And this is definitely not a situation where we're talking about a reduction of the ability or the jobs that an employer might actually offer. We're talking about a situation where someone is fired for cause because of something they did or failed to do in the performance of their normal employment. All right, I hope that you found this information helpful. As always, make sure you subscribe, definitely, so you can come back tomorrow and get a little bit more insight on an imputed earning capacity, what that looks like, and some of the factors that go into that, and how that works in a total calculation of a support obligation, and a couple of tips on what you can do if you're on the other side of that and you want to show that you really don't have the ability to be able to do that job anymore. I'm going to try to cover all of that in the next video. All right, and then make sure you share this out. Please leave me any questions below in the comments, and if there's anything you'd like me to cover, please let me know. These videos are here for you. Until next time, take care.